What's up, guys? Back for another Hawkeye style video, and this one's going to be possibly controversial because a lot of people are probably going to be mad at this. And hey, I get it, right? I love certain characters who are just straight up not usable, right? Now, the reason you see some Genshin characters is because I'm going to make a comparison. I was talking to a friend, right? Because I didn't really know what to record, right? And a couple of the videos I wanted to make either needed to wait, like should you summons, right? A little bit. I like to wait like around a week before I start dropping, like should you summon? This is how they compare right now, type videos. But regardless of that, I was talking to a friend and we were talking about 4 stars and just how power creep some of the 4 stars gotten. It really didn't help that we had a period of a few patches where we just didn't get 4 stars, right? We did get March and Harmony MC, which are nice. Harmony MC obviously is a 5 star, so he's not on this list. But not getting those 4 stars kind of widen the gap, right? Now, in terms of usable 4 stars, there are a lot of usable 4 stars, right? But in terms of actually like they're on the team, there's only so many who are just truly, truly useful. And I think those characters are going to be Herda, Mose, March, Tingyun, Pela, Gallagher, and Asta is very close, but I'm gonna have to exclude her from this. I think Asta is very, very close, but it is what it is. She's just not gonna make it, right? These are the 4 stars that are mostly I'm gonna say usable in loosely, right? Herda you use for pure fiction, right? And so if you aren't in need of a pure fiction unit, like you have Argenti or you just have enough teams built, you're not using Herda, right? Pela, if you have JoQ, you're probably not going to be using Pela for like Acheron, but she still has a little bit of use on like teams like Boot Hill, so we'll leave her here, right? Mose and March, while great units, if you have Topaz, more than likely you're just going to be running Topaz anyway. And for break teams, March is cool, but you're probably not going to be running her yet either. Then we have Ting Yun. What teams are running Ting Yun right now? Ting Yun is really good, but Fei Zhao can't take advantage of her, right? You can't use her on Acheron teams, right? Firefly doesn't use her ult. So really, there's Boot Hill, right? But it's like one character that a lot of people don't really run. I don't know. I just can't justify her at the moment of being like a real like you will run this 4 star no matter what. So it comes down to really just Gallagher almost. But we'll say we'll leave Pela up there because I still do see a ton of Pela usage, right? But like I said, Herda, pure fiction. If you got that covered, you're probably not using her. Mose and March have Topaz, and Tingyun just doesn't really have a definitive place. Kind of very similar to Sparkle, where Tingyun and Sparkle are both characters who are good and people use them a lot, but they're struggling to be on like every like big team at the moment, right? You're not running her with Fei Zhao. You're not running her with like the break teams, right? For Sparkle. Same similar thing with Tingyun, right? So in terms of like truly good, broken, we love them 4 stars. We have Pela, Gallagher, and then these guys, right? Now, comparing that to another Hoyo game, ZZ has not been out nearly enough because I think a lot of the 4 stars are just pretty good just because the game came out. I think has it been like 5 months? I might be forgetting. I know they're on update like 1.4, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, regardless, right? So we gotta go to Genshin, right? Because I don't really know anything about Honkai Third. In terms of really broken 4 stars in Genshin, now do note that I don't know every 4 star because I don't play like that, but I do have a lot of friends who play. Zhang Ling is broken as hell. I literally built Zhang Ling because I'm using condition teams. Absolutely absurdly broken unit. Our good boy, I forgot how to say his name. I always call him Water Boy, right? That's like his nickname, right? Broken. I've seen talks where he's better than Yalan. Yalan's stupid broken. I don't really like the character too much, so I haven't fully built him, but I've seen him absolutely decimate stuff, right? By the way, these are both 1.0 characters, right? Then we have Sucrose, who's pretty solid, all right? Then we have, where is it? Goro's really good for Geo. Who am I forgetting? I think Gaming is a decent DPS from what I've seen, right? I've seen my friends Gaming do a bit of damage, but maybe we don't put him on this list. He's like okay, right, solid. I mean, if we compare him, like I'll say he's a solid DPS, right? From what I've seen, I can see him cook. If we're gonna compare a solid 4-star DPS, I would probably say a solid DPS would be someone like Serval, right? And Serval's at the bottom of the list 4-star wise. She's pretty bad. If we put her on a tier list of every character in Star Rail, she would be low tier, and she's like cope use, right? Or Gaming, I've seen him cook, right? But we'll put him back, right? If we had to do the comparison of power wise of the Genshin characters versus the Sorrow characters, another really good character is like Hoyoverse is pretty good for like the Raiden teams. Toma is really good. Shinobu is really good. Fischl is another character that I'm remembering. Where is she? Fischl. Bennett, like, oh my lord, I'm surprised, right? Because I played Genshin around launch, and I was like, oh, Bennett and Jangling were really good, right? And I like was building Bennett, and I came back, and I'm like, oh, what 4-stars are good? And they're like, yeah, Bennett, Jangling, like the characters that I was trying to build back in the day. It was crazy to me, right? There's still like a bunch of other broken characters as well. I think Yao Yao is really good for Dendro, if I'm not mistaken, and I know a lot of people are using Kachina, and like Farzan as well is pretty good. But still, or guys, we'll just stop here, right? Because I don't know too much about the rest of the characters. Like I've seen these characters, we have a lot of very strong characters, right? This I believe Chevrouse is the most recent one to come out. Her and I believe Yao Yao. Let's just show the 1.0 characters. All right, the 1.0 characters are all right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. All right. We almost have less really good 4-stars in Star's lifespan, which Star is just I think 2 patches away from anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. I'm bad with dates right now. It's been a long day, right? But you're telling me that, to be fair, Genshin does have like the element system going for it and all that, but it is still the same company. It is still the same company, right? You're telling me that Genshin has almost as many relevant 4-stars in their first starting update than Star Rail does overall right now, right? Which is we have 6 and they have 5. Then we have stuff like Toma. And I'm not even including, like, I know Noelle can cook. I've seen a friend Noelle cook. I've seen like Beto, Kea showcases going crazy. I have seen Star Rail videos of certain 4-stars going quote unquote crazy, but it's not anywhere near as crazy as you would want. Like you can't like realistically be like, oh my gosh, I saw Serval absolutely cooking, and then you compare Super Break Serval to like Super Break Rappa or Firefly. That just doesn't work like that, right? So it's just really disheartening to see the state of 4-stars at the moment when we have Genshin, where it's a gacha game where 4-stars are really good. If I pull a 4-star in Genshin, most of the time I'd be like, okay, cool, like this is a usable unit, I'm happy. I pull a 4-star in Star Rail, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. They're not one of the big like 5 or 6 that I would use. Like if I pull Natasha, I'm like, damn, bro, that sucks. That character I'm never ever using, right? Like it is what it is. It just hurts. It hurts my soul, right? It hurts my soul. I really am hoping that we can really step it up with some of the 4-stars in the upcoming patches, which unfortunately, hence why I'm making this video, Sunday and Ting Yun do not have a 4-star. Hello? Where are the 4-stars? Like, we're gonna get to a point where every character that's a 4-star is basically either replaced or just not usable anymore. Like there'll probably become a time where like Mose isn't like usable. His damage just isn't enough anymore. He's like whatever, right? Same with March, right? You're running Topaz or like some of the other characters. Maybe we get some more break healers, right? Like there's it's just, I could rant for hours about 4-stars. I really do like 4-star characters. In fact, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars is Luka. I love Luka. I tried my hardest to make him cook, and he hit a 0.5 mil break, right? Which is pretty solid, right? But it took a lot of setup, and I believe the end score was Funny enough, I think like 60 points below the halfway point that I recommend you get with each team. I think it was Apocalyptic Shadow, right? So I did give him the cook, but that's pretty much his maximum, right? At the moment, right? If we get more supports, the DPS 4-stars could have like a very, very, very niche use, but they've pretty much have just fallen off. You're just going to be using 5-stars that come out, or maybe even newer 4-stars, which I would be totally down if they dropped a new 4-star that was just, you know, newer Luka or newer Asta or newer Serval or newer March Sampo. I'd be so down for that. I encourage that. I just think we're getting a little too 5-star heavy on Starl. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I already have a feeling that people are gonna jump me for like the Genshin portion comparison of this. You know, it was the easiest thing I could have to compare. The 4-star quality in Genshin is just so much better than Starl's, and I'm just hoping that we get some of that love soon. Let me know what you think of the current state of 4-stars in Starl. Do you think it's okay? Do you think we definitely need better 4-stars? Do you think we just need 4-stars more often? That is a very valid thing. I think the 4-stars that we're getting are very good, but we just need more of them every patch, and going patches where we don't get 4-stars at all is very, very hurtful for the game, at least in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, let me know in the comments, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.